Going live. Y'all can start talking to people.
Hello, everybody.
Right? What's up?
Guess what we're talking about today?
Yeah. We can do some other folks' stuff now. Where's he going? I don't know where he's going. Bring your ass back. Are you singing? Oh, okay. What's this note? Can we take it up a little bit? Come on! Can we go one more time? What, did you sing too?
You was with me!
Somebody else was singing. Don't do that.
He was a choir director. He
was.
did the little, yeah, he did the little.
What's up, y'all? I can't see shit.
Do you need glasses?
I mean, I have my contacts in, but this is so far
Okay,
away.
so at the very least, we need to have hours, and
Okay.
then y'all can get y'all.
It's already finished that person.
So that's fine. Really drink a whole one?
You already have judgment.
I finished this.
Oh.
I finished this.
I was like, no.
I see. Y'all did.
You ready? Drink my straw?
No.
Oh.
Such a black ass bitch. First of all, I brought you one.
Thank you.
Aww. Right?
It's a straw. Oh, we got some straw.
You gonna be real mad? I bring out his favorite color.
Thank you.
It don't matter?
But the color of the straw didn't matter. It didn't. But thank you. Purple's my favorite color.
Mine too, George.
Which is why I got purple's my favorite color.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Well, y'all don't have aubergine, so it don't matter.
Thanks.
Aubergine?
Barbara Jean.
Did you say
Did
Barbara?
you say Barbara Jean?
Barbara
Did
Jean.
y'all hear that? Oh, I love it. I love it. You get points for that.
That's allegedly a color. Even the people out there know what color that's supposed to be.
We discussed it last time, didn't we?
It's a hue of purple.
Not a hue. Aubergine.
Yeah. You better. As a matter of fact, you have it in your shirt.
You really said Barbara
You
Jean.
sound like somebody from
This right here.
Aubergine.
This is aubergine. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
I wanted to see that though.
Oh.
Yes.
Hey,
wait,
wait,
wait, don't worry about it.
What? Is anybody here? Behave.
No, because this episode is not about behavior.
Listen, if there was any live where we didn't need to behave, it's this one. They can take the title. Indeed. Hey, Arthur. What's good?
Arthur, how are you?
So there
Yeah,
are
say,
there are
hey.
4 people in here, but Arthur's name is the only one that came up. So anyone else who's in here, say hi to us. What's up? We are definitely behind. We apologize for those of you who are prompt and you were ready for us to go up at
Yeah,
7.
like because of you.
Oh, somebody else.
First of all,
Hi,
Second of all.
J Trip.
hey Jay. All right, we're looking over at YouTube real quick. Hey, come on, family. Hey, Marquise. All right, so Marquise is representing on YouTube. So here's the deal. Since we actually have people that are going to be in different rooms, for any of you guys behind me, if you can click on to either our YouTube channel or our Facebook channel, so that while we're watching, y'all can see the comments too. Okay, so Brandon looks like he's on Facebook right now. Manny, Kaya, or George, if y'all could get on YouTube, I can show y'all what page to go to.
My iPhone goes there.
What's good with you, Mark? You don't got me? Oh. How are you, Marquise?
He's at the gym.
Here at the gym.
Hey, Oya.
Come on, buddy.
Yes, that's dope.
I'm trying to keep up with you.
Oh, you're
I
right.
mean, we're
So, okay, so we're on Facebook and we're on YouTube, and we're going to begin our conversation. We're drinking our libation. That rhymed.
go, Ray.
Indeed. We're going to begin our conversation, which is focused on the anniversary of the Healing Space, as well as our topic for this past Friday, which was masturbation. So we hope that all of you join in on that conversation as well. I feel like there's a lot of rhyming going on. Whoever is on YouTube behind me, let me know.
Sunday's
I
episode.
am.
Sunday episode.
Marquise White says, hey, y'all.
Hey, Marquise.
Okay.
John Drake M says, hi, guys.
Hey, y'all don't have me drop these weights on myself acting up. Are you really working out and watching us, Marquise? I'm so done.
That takes a lot of discipline.
Okay, so here's the deal. So that I don't have to sit here the whole time and actually sit back with them, Manny is gonna man the YouTube channel,
He's a
and, and Brandon is going to man the Facebook page.
Okay.
So, okay, thank you both. So I can sit back now. I'm about to tell somebody.
Oh, I'm gonna.
All right, sit back on somebody's what? All right.
What you say, Manny?
You about to sit back on somebody's what?
Master.
On their napkin.
Great.
With your patience. Yes.
Yeah, that was good say. All right.
Sipping libation, talking about masturbation.
That's
Well, you want to start the topic? There we go.
Masturbation Nation.
Oh,
I feel like you're about to get real nasty.
Come on with the sip.
Right. Something will pop out of it.
Pop out of where?
Your masturbation might come
Oh!
out.
Your masturbation.
I was like, wait a minute.
I was like, you pointed right there.
Where is something popping out
We're
from?
starting
Early.
Listen, it's almost 8 p.m.
Hey, Tia.
This is prime time for that.
Yes,
You
sir.
know, get home from work, had a stressful day.
Hashtag Mars for life.
Put your kids to bed.
Mars.
Okay.
Just put your kids to bed.
It's something.
You want to explain it?
Nope.
Was that something that
They
they
just, y'all were talking, so y'all literally shouldn't have been paying attention.
But you said it.
But you said it.
Oh, so you want to start the topic?
Welcome to THS Live. I am Sensei Raven Ekundayo.
I'm Brandon Harris Williams. I wasn't going to say that first.
I'm
And-
Kyle Jiggets.
Wait, we didn't get to that part yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. These are the two hosts.
He does this
These
every
It's all right.
time.
We want y'all to know.
My
who we
man.
are.
George feels better because the other Libra did it this time. You can always depend on one of their asses to be like, so, hello. It's like, can we introduce y'all first?
And they introduce themselves.
Always. Listen. My man. So, we are celebrating the anniversary. Hey, Aunt Melby. We are celebrating the 1 year, the anniversary. I always hold back on that because people are like, there's no such thing as a 1 year anniversary. It's just the anniversary. So, we're celebrating the anniversary of the Healing Space podcast. And it just so happens that THS Live falls on the exact same week as our anniversary. So, the cool thing about it is that if you go on to thspodcast.com, if you find us on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, any of those places, you can also listen to every episode we've had that is aired this week. Because to celebrate, shut up, Manny. To celebrate our anniversary, we've had an episode post every single day. So starting from Sunday until this coming Saturday, which is the official anniversary, the 22nd, you'll get a new episode. So make sure you go and check out every episode, including today, which is Black, Queer, and Unapologetic, featuring the four of us.
This four.
Hey there.
Look at God. He's
And,
still about him. It's still about
Right. That's what I was
Celebration hands.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Like, come on, Ursula. Yes, Ursula. Yes. Come on. So, on Sunday, we had a conversation. Hey, Rhonda. So, on Sunday, we had a conversation about masturbation. Woo! And it got a lot of really great feedback. And shout out to all of you misfits, because you said that the reason why you loved it is because it could have been like a lot of smut. But you appreciated that in our conversation, we actually had a lot of really deep topics when it came to masturbation.
Pun intended. Yeah.
Listen,
Yes, funny.
throb. But yes,
Oh,
What,
wow.
Janet?
I'm sorry, what?
listen,
Love Janet.
come on.
Listen.
I'm gonna shut down your live.
Whoa.
Shut down your life. I won't hear if she complained anymore.
Oh,
Thank you.
She won't hear this.
So what's not gonna happen is we're gonna come for Janet. So we're gonna move on now.
We love her.
Yeah,
She's the whispering queen, though. You gotta give it to her. She comes from a family of whisperers.
She is, and that's my girl.
A whole family.
She's one of my favorite girls.
They all whisper still. She whispers. All of them. On the track, off the track.
You think you're still frightened?
Okay. So
I'm
anyway,
not
okay, so
I'm not gonna go there.
oh, wait a minute. What came off your fingers just now?
moisture from my drink.
Masturbation. Okay. Yes.
We said we do a live demonstration.
We said we're doing, okay, on the podcast, we said we're going to have a live demonstration.
So who was
So
that?
George is starting early.
Yeah.
I knew it. I knew you guys would call me to do something.
Listen, bring out that chocolate stick. Okay.
Wait,
Whoa.
Oh my God!
Whoa.
My mother might be watching.
Is that a libation talk or this?
Your mother's watching?
Knock him off. What's the number name? Block her.
Thank you.
Block her.
Block her.
Go to bed, Janice.
Thank you, Carla. Okay, so as I said, we're on Facebook and YouTube. Manny, is anyone talking on YouTube right now?
Not yet. Marquise was the last one. Marquise, say something else.
Yeah, tell them.
Somebody else chime in there.
Some other people go over and join them.
Happy anniversary! Thank you.
I already said thank you.
You
You want to say thank you too?
I did. I just
There
said
we
we
go.
over here, though.
Indeed. Oh, so you're.
It must be delayed.
I'm thinking it for you.
You are. Look at you. Have your eyes working today?
My eyes are watching dogs.
Oh yeah, it's one of my favorite books.
I knew somebody would say something.
Oh.
Thanks.
You know I wasn't gonna say it.
You wasn't gonna give it to me. If you don't give it to me, somebody else will. So,
I love
All
it.
right.
so let's begin the conversation. So, and I'm so happy because I said that I hope that some of the women who listen to the podcast would also be in the chat room.
I'm
So-
so New York.
What?
Oh my God.
Like what? No.
Okay, so
Right back.
wait a minute, what do you mean no? Women
Where
like
you going?
Women can't be on, but they can do many other things.
so.
Thinking allergic to fish.
First of all, women like to masturbate.
I didn't say that.
Second of all, George has to be the first person in the history of this live to get up and walk away as the show is
In the
going
middle.
on. First person, and if it was going to be anybody, it was him.
I get up last time or no?
Well, he's still visible. He's still visible.
He's still in there.
He's down on the Libra. Okay, so we have to become centered because we're losing people. Like people are leaving out of the room
Okay.
because we're not actually talking about it.
Right, let's talk.
Okay, so we're going to start talking about masturbation. So there are things that Brandon and I talked about on the podcast that it was really Manny. Anyway, so we talked about it on. Oh, Brandon just asked him, "Is it that big?"
Oh, did you guys hear about that new feature on what the iPhone? Yeah, you can measure
There's
it.
a new feature on the iPhone.
I don't have an iPhone, but yeah, we can measure it. It's the measure thing.
Okay, wait. There's been two
You
conversations.
can measure, man?
Okay, so on the iPhone,
iOS
we can.
12. It's iOS 12.
On iOS 12, we can.
It's a measure app.
But they keep talking against each other.
Okay, it's a measure app on iOS 12 that you can use to measure things.
Thank
One of those being your penis.
Thank you.
Oh.
I was thinking they gonna make them listen to this. All they gonna hear is okay. So you can.
No, I was gonna say, should that further entice people to masturbate? I was just thinking about that.
so Kai, so you just like,
I was like, is he even here with us right now?
No, I was watching y'all on the camera though.
Oh, okay.
I love the interaction. Like,
All right, the misfits were like he's staring into my soul.
Yeah.
they might like that.
Yes. Okay. So for those of you who are watching, for the women who are watching, would you use that for your man? Like, would you measure his penis with your phone? And for the men who are watching, would you use that? Is it an app or what is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Would you use the app to measure your dick? Let us know that.
Just go into the thing, and then you have to like zero in on something, and then it might not work because that's too far away, but
Wow.
it'll measure it.
Wow. Alrighty. Okay. So
I guess you can send a nude with inches now.
listen.
yes,
In case you were wondering.
in case you were wondering,
In case you were wondering.
Or
Yes.
it's
So for those of us or people that know their angles, you know,
Come on.
you gotta be.
Come on.
That was a good.
You better. You better. And there are
Very
many
valid
people. Instagram shows you there are people who know their angles. So.
Yes, thirst trap.
It's a trap bar, ain't it?
You?
I heard trap boy.
Ooh, you. I have no reason.
You said you're a trap boy?
I heard something. Trap
No,
boy.
we didn't say trap boy.
Oh.
Oh, you're trying to bring up. This is masturbation. This isn't porn.
Oh.
But
Well, my mind is going.
Okay.
Yeah.
George said that masturbation can eventually lead to porn.
Well, I was gonna, you know.
Or the other way
Right.
around. The other way around. Yes, right. We deal with that.
Okay, so I appreciate that at least Brandon and I are like, how do you get there from there? Okay.
Well, I
Okay.
guess unless you record yourself, then technically that would be porn, but that also is sexting. So is sexting porn?
Yes.
That's a good question for you.
Sexting's porn?
Because we would.
Yeah.
Because porn is just
Images.
images. So if you send an image or a video, then it technically is
But
porn.
I guess it is pornographic.
So I guess everybody
But
knows
if it's not
same.
images, it's like more like erotica, right? If you're just like sending messages, it's more like erotic.
How do you guys feel about it?
So, okay, I think that you and I are thinking different. I think you and I are thinking words. Y'all thought pictures?
You're talking about visual
Yeah,
images.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
see, we
videos.
were thinking sexting only by word.
Well,
Okay.
Zayn
Oh,
is
just by
porn.
words. Okay.
You said Zayn is porn?
Erotica is porn. We're not gonna do this.
Erotica is erotica.
Erotica is porn.
Erotica is erotica. That's why it was
It's
just
porn.
Just Google it.
whatever.
It's porn in written form.
Yes, let's Google it.
Is it not? Have you read
My
the
In my mind, it's big facts.
Well, I'm friends with Zayn on Facebook, so I'm going to say yes. I've read Zayn. Yes.
You going to say yes because you're friends with her?
I read one of her books before she's.
The way that you pronounce that though makes it.
I love you. I love your work.
It's just saying.
What book? I need to borrow.
I was about you out of people.
It had a red cover
I
to
actually
it.
have read
I don't
Zayn.
remember.
Okay.
Several of her books.
So this is probably the most unorganized we've ever had.
Right.
Live.
I'm still blaming libations once again.
So make sure if you're here in Atlanta that you get your libations. You can find them on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Just type in libations or type in libations ATL. Hopefully Sean will be watching so he can come in and actually talk about it as well. They're adult beverages. They come in a pouch. They can last you a long time. Like they literally can last me. I'll probably put this in the freezer and make some more tomorrow.
Sounds like edging.
But come on.
It does sound edgy.
So here's the deal.
Somebody
Here's the deal. There's a reason why he's sitting up there because he actually should be the moderator for tonight. He let us know on Twitter that he is the masturbator. So with that being
You care to
said,
elaborate?
You can elaborate. Yes. Elaborate about masturbating. Come on.
Elaborate about masturbating.
He's
Wow.
a master debater.
Well, I mean, I say that only because I've been doing it for a very long time. Got a lot of experience.
got a lot of experience.
Well, experience doesn't necessarily mean you're great at it.
Oh, wait.
Well, I was getting there. Okay, so my best penetrate. But
Wait,
you
you
know,
talking about
over the
masturbating?
years, you learn, or I learned different techniques.
Mm-hmm.
Traditionally, people take their palm and wrap it around their appendage, and just kind of, you know, which is the traditional. Or if you're a female, a woman, sorry.
You can say female.
But you know how that works.
Child, there are so many celebrity women who still say female. All of these people who people usually look up to and admire who still say female. I've did this whole episode and I'm tired. It wore me down.
Oh!
Female. I don't know enough women who have a problem with the word female. I'm sorry.
I don't even
Maybe if the
personally,
vast
I don't.
majority of the women who I knew had an issue with the word female, then I'd stop saying it. But I know more gay men that have a problem with the term female than actual women.
Yes. You better get past
That's
that.
true.
Because it annoys me. Because my thing is that
They don't have a problem with it.
my thing is that if women in my family, women who I talk to on a day-to-day basis, all of them still say female. My coworkers still say female. The vast majority of the women who I see on television, from Shonda Rhimes to Oprah, all these people still say female.
Oh, and that lady said it in the Beyonce song too. We are female. I don't think that was
Which
grammatically
one is
correct.
that?
But,
You don't know.
oh, flawless.
She said we were female?
No, I'm sorry. She said I am female.
Oh, I'm just making sure 'cause I'm trying to.
You better tell him to get his quotes right.
No, it said I am female. She said I am female.
Oh.
The African lady.
Once again, they don't care. So this is why I'm saying, like,
Oh, we just lost 2 people.
Okay.
you still-
But back to Manny though. He's in the middle of this story.
I saw 5 people.
Are you talking to anybody on YouTube?
Oh, YouTube, there was nobody there. So I
Can you say YouTube? He's on Facebook.
Welcome to the party.
Facebook is right there in front of your face.
Hi.
We need you on YouTube.
So basically what I was saying is over the years, I've learned different techniques. There are different types of toys that you can use to enhance the pleasure and the experience.
Flashlight.
Yeah. The flashlight, or if you know.
Okay, so there's a good place to go into because we need a little structure. What is your favorite toy that you've used? Okay, so we're gonna go around and ask each person what is their favorite toy, if any, because some people don't use them. What is the favorite toy that they use? And let's be very clear. This is a safe space. So I don't have time for machismo. If you use something in your ass, say it. Let's be clear. Okay, so what is the favorite toy that you've used? Also, for those of you who are in the chat room, share yours as well for the women and for the men. What toys do you enjoy using? And if you decide that you want to be shy, just enjoy our conversation. Okay, so starting with George, what is your favorite toy?
My favorite toy, and I'm being honest, I have never used a toy. I've always used my hand or, younger, just pressed up against the bed. I mean, so I've never used a toy. So.
Talk about that though.
About what?
Up against the bed.
That
Like, I hear people say that
sometimes
all the
that's still
time.
enjoyable.
Wait, you mean humping? Oh,
There's actually a term for that.
Is it fun?
So no.
Friday's
Friday's
gotta have
Friday.
another.
Oh Jesus! A dude was just telling me like 3 weeks ago that he wants to do that. The stalker who I told you about. The stalker said he wanted to do. It's a real unique word. It's a form of rubbing against one another, but it's a specific.
so it's not spooning. It's
No. It's the actual friction that works up the orgasm. And I cannot remember the name of it.
I used to do that.
But
Yeah.
okay.
Right.
So,
I never grew out of it, so yeah.
so the way we're gonna do this is that we're gonna go around from George all the way around, and then man, you'll be the last person. Okay. So for me, my favorite toy to use would be a fleshlight. I love using it. I have 2, and they're both given to me as gifts because my friends rock. I like using those a lot, but verse life. I also ended up having, and I talked about this on the podcast with Brandon. I ended up, I don't know if I went this into detail about it. I actually had somebody use a vibrating type situation inside of me.
No.
Okay.
And that was,
no.
he said, what? No. It was what we were talking about when I had an experience in DC. Yes.
Yeah.
So it was my first kink experience I told you about.
Oh.
Yeah, so they used a device.
Oh.
I'm not necessarily sure what, because it wasn't a dildo. I've never had that used before. But it was some type of vibrating situation that was in me.
Yes.
And that felt amazing. So I would say the fleshlight and whatever that thing was, because that was my first time ever having any toy used on me back there. So those 2 things were those are 2 toys that I enjoy using. So one for the front, one for the back.
Go ahead.
Brandon?
No, I'm with George. I've used the toy before, but I didn't enjoy it. So I don't. There's not a toy that I.
But what was the toy that you used?
What is the toy that I used? I used to dildo, but I didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
Well, for me, there's 2 things that I've used before. I actually don't use them currently, but they are very, very hot to me. They get me off, and I'll be busting everywhere. Like
Oh, yes.
it's like an explosion.
You got a lean
Right.
hand.
It's the first one is it's a massage wand. It actually looks like a dildo. It's shaped like a dick, actually, like a dick.
Like a dick.
Yeah.
So wait a minute. What's a dick?
Well, I'm sorry.
Wait a minute.
Because there are different forms of penises.
Okay.
Different shapes, sizes, all that stuff.
So it wasn't a cock, it was a dick.
It was
Oh,
a dick.
yeah.
It's a difference.
There's a difference.
It was no cock. It was a dick.
I love
Wait a minute. Daryl said, "What did I just walk in on?" Daryl, you don't get to say that. You see the title of this post.
Now,
The title of this video should tell you what you just walked in on.
hello. All right, let me finish. But the head of it was about 3 inches in diameter, and yeah, I would like put it on my prostate and be all up in there and just massage my prostate
Turn the camera
while I'm
around.
stroking my dick, and then I would lick myself and then do little shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So with that being said, I would have my Vaseline, going ham all over my body and stuff like that, and then I would take my feet and then massage my dick. So yeah, it's little things like that, but that's with the massage device. The second thing is a shower head, the kind that comes on coil, and so I would let it run down my neck and my back, and arch my back, and You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit. And then I would like kind of like smack my own ass while I'm beating my dick, and it would kind of turn me on. And I would put the shower head under my balls while I'm tickling my balls while I'm jerking my shit. So, yeah.
All right, good night.
I mean, that's what gets me off. I'm sorry for being so elaborate, but
No, that's fine. This is what you said. This is what this was, right?
I'm putting this in my phone.
Is YouTube going to allow us to post this?
oh, you said I should
I did say we could say.
Who did you tag in this
I'm
Facebook post?
sweating right now. Like,
Who did you tag in this Facebook video?
Oh, I don't care. I could have my mother in here and I wouldn't care. Like, no. I'm almost 40 years old. I don't care who watches this. That wasn't the thing. I just want to make sure it actually can post on everything. I don't want Facebook to be like, oh, what?
Yeah, so, well,
Oh.
with my dick in it. You could meant to be, you know, fake. Oh, I just realized what I said.
What is this? Like the
Oh,
last
show me.
sentence or the last?
Right.
George was so calm about it. George said, we're just being descriptive. We're not showing you.
That's true.
There
That
was a bit of a demonstration. There was.
It was 20%. No, you don't have to.
Okay. Hey, Lonnie in the house. Okay, so, Manny, for you.
You know what? To be honest with you guys, I've tried several toys. Fleshlight not being one of my favorites. I
Okay.
tried it. I was okay with it. But I definitely want to, and I've tried. I haven't tried to get a real. I haven't tried a dick pic.
The fact that you think about it means that you draw something similar, though.
Exactly.
Okay.
Oh, I have another one. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. But I always encourage guys, straight, gay, whatever.
Say that before you even say it. Straight gay.
Straight, gay, whatever. Your prostate is the key.
Listen.
The ultimate orgasm.
Listen.
I'll tell you,
Your prostate is your
it
G-spot.
makes you bust everywhere.
It is the G-spot.
So I have used a prostate stimulator, which sounds similar to what you use, Ray.
Mhm.
It was a vibrating device, and I'm currently seeking my own.
I thought he was about to say, I currently have it
I
in me right now.
my.
I thought he was going to say, I currently have it in me.
same track. Yeah, because I was like, where's he going with this?
I was about to say, you are gifts to this podcast right now.
Yeah. So that was my favorite.
I thought he was going to say, I'm literally sitting on it right now.
Oh, they have those where you can walk around all day.
You can.
Oh,
Insert it, and
I've heard of all those. I didn't know they were real.
That's
Yes.
what I'm looking for.
Yes.
Wait, did you get look at that? No,
No, not Spencer. No. No, the one that was used on me, what I appreciated about it, it had 13 different settings on it.
Yes, that's what I'm
And
looking
the
for.
one that ended up driving me insane was he used a heartbeat. And it was literally like boom, 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 boom. Drove me out of my mind. Oh my God.
That's kinky. That is hot.
It was so unbelievable.
That
Hey,
is
Jermaine.
That's
What's
hot.
up, Jermaine?
So, okay. So, we've talked about our toys. Wait a minute, did you say you had?
Oh yeah. Now y'all said something about fleshlights. I kind of created my own.
Oh.
You have it with you?
You know.
Okay. Oh, he's about to pull it out.
Oh,
I could. I mean, you know.
You sit down.
What's in the bag?
I
What's in the bag now?
It's lube.
Where the bag go? Where the bag?
So for those of you who are watching, men, straight or gay, this is Albaline. If you've heard of Albaline before, raise your hand in the thread. Let us know that you've heard it before. As I said on the podcast, only true baiters I've heard use that. But like people who literally are like, I beat on a regular basis, often. I love it beyond everything.
I'll learn something. We can at least discuss how regularly we do it. We can just ask them.
Good question. Okay, so
Wait,
next.
this is last thing.
Good evening, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Jermaine came in and he said good evening, gentlemen, which feels like it completely takes away from.
Oh, before y'all finish, I wanted to finish this before I go. It's when you stick your, into the sofa,
You know what?
and you grab the sofa, and you just kind of like, yeah, you beat your dick, your stuff off, like, you know.
So the sofa is a toy.
The sofa is the toy.
Oh.
The entire
The whole
sofa.
damn sofa.
The longer the sofa,
Have
the
your
more room
way.
you got to play on, and the wider too, you know.
Get you a section.
Lube up first. Lube up first.
Something
Have you done this?
So yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
By George.
So okay, wait. Clearly we didn't make the question.
But the sofa has to have a sheet on it.
We did make the
That's
question
like
broad
sheets
enough
on
for
it.
you.
Furniture. One sheet.
Listen, wait a minute, right?
Okay.
Let's be real clear.
Okay.
He said the sofa got to have a
So
sheet on.
Brandon and I said toy. George, oh I'm gonna curse you out so bad. George said we weren't specific enough. Had we said furniture, then he would have been able to give us something.
I mean, I can almost kind of see that.
Come on, Libra.
That's so petty.
Come on, Libra.
I've never, and I'm not trying to.
So I guess we should have said devices more so than toys.
Because that's always something.
But that's the same thing as like friction.
That's friction.
It's friction.
So who's used
I love
something
these
for
motions.
friction before?
I love like motion shop giving.
Both my hands are green.
Anyway, so okay, the next question. Is that Deontay? I can't.
Look at his face.
Oh look, yeah, he made faces like
Okay, so Manny, the person who's supposed to be on YouTube, if people are talking on there, we're gonna fight.
They're not.
Well, YouTube, why aren't you guys talking? You started at the beginning and then you just stopped. Are we paying too much attention to Facebook? So once again, we are sipping on libations. If you are here in Atlanta, only in Atlanta, you can purchase your own. It's $10 a pouch. And you can find them on Facebook, on Instagram, and on Twitter. Just type in libation ATL, or just hit us up, THS Podcast. And if you use THS Podcast when you're purchasing it, you can actually get a discount. So how about that?
He's just like,
Ta-da.
Marquis said, I'm here still. Y'all have me weak.
Yes, be weak. Speaking of which, Marquise is actually on this week as well. Week. Okay. He actually has an interview with BHW, and they're talking about the homegrown soul.
Oh, that's him. Hey, Marquis.
Okay, Sean, you can't be in here. Sean is an amazingly God-fearing woman.
Bye,
I feel
Sean.
like anything we talk about is going to make Sean be like,
You better gasp.
So just know ahead of time, Sean, now that you've entered, this is a no holds barred conversation. So the next thing we're going to get into is how often do you guys masturbate?
Yeah.
So because we started with George the first time, we're going to start the other way around. So we're going to start with Manny this time and then work our way around to George. So Manny, how are you doing? And how often do you masturbate, my friend?
So I know I told y'all in the beginning I've been doing it for a long time, right?
Long time.
My first time, I still remember.
I ain't asked you that, but okay.
I know. I'm getting there. It's getting there.
let me ask this question.
Yeah, I was about.
Really?
So all y'all gonna do this?
I was probably in the 5th or 6th grade, and I remember it was in the bathroom.
You got loudest.
Actually, you know what? We can talk about that. Can be a
Wait,
different
so
subject.
question. So did your balls drop at that age?
I don't remember. I really don't remember.
You just remember the
I remember the
Okay, so him.
So that can be a different.
That's very
question.
true, Jermaine. Children are experimenting. That's very true.
That's true. How often? At least once a day.
Okay.
On average, but you know,
On average.
sometimes maybe more.
Okay.
Maybe less.
Okay. Around average once a day. Brandon, do you mind us sharing yours as we go around? So you and I can be last.
Thank you for listening to the episode.
Okay, Brandon wants to listen to the episode to find out how often you do it.
No,
Okay.
y'all got
Here's your reason. Listen, it is the most out of every episode
Answer this question on
Come
the
on, promotion.
episode.
out of every episode we've had this week, it is the most popular one. So if you listen to our masturbation
This is an
episode, you'll find
expansion
out.
of the episode.
It is. Come on, you better listen. He knows how to get. Go to the podcast, thspodcast.com. Okay, so Kaya, how often do you masturbate?
Really want me to answer that? Within a week, within a day, within an
Damn, you
hour.
got that, bro.
Okay.
Within a week.
Within a week, I want to say anywhere from it could be anywhere from 10 to like 30 times a week.
Jesus.
So this is anywhere from okay. So this is like that's like 2.
No,
3
like
times a day?
I'll masturbate until I'm shooting blanks, which is like rare. But I'll do it when I'm tired or like
Yeah.
I'm to the point where I'm like content enough where I can go to sleep and sleep like a baby. It helps me sleep. It's a stress reliever, as you mentioned on the show. Yeah, it makes me feel good. Like, ooh, shit. Like, yeah, like,
Yes.
yes.
So,
And that was when I'm not masturbating. So
can I interject?
They can.
I actually get off more, or I bust more when I actually or when I please myself versus like having sex.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
And I love sex, but you know, I love masturbating.
I know. How many times then today, up until this point, have you done it? Because
I did it twice this morning.
Wow.
Kenyatta said 30 times a week, Jesus Christ. Listen, that's what I thought. I just thought it. I was like, listen.
Now I said anywhere between 10 and 30, so that's a pretty broad window.
You said what?
Between 10 and 30.
We didn't hit it anywhere between.
I heard 10. So wait.
I mean, I heard it. But,
So y'all heard 30.
I mean, I heard it, but 30 was stuff.
It's what I was saying, right?
It's
I heard
anywhere.
10, but 30 is what's up.
1 week it could be 11, the next week it could be 27. I mean,
Jesus. Okay.
but that is seven long ass days.
What?
I mean,
Listen to the podcast to hear how often I
That
do
is
this.
7 long ass days.
You have to factor in.
I gotta touch myself. Like Britney Spears said, I like to touch my hand.
Then you have to factor in if you're single or not too. If you're single,
Yeah.
Wait,
No, because I even beat off when I'm dating.
right!
It
don't matter.
I'm going to bed while you sleep like
It don't matter.
And I watch you sleep and beat off while.
Okay.
No, because I'll envision me fucking you.
Oh, I
Yeah.
get you.
So it's like I get off to little simple shit. I get off to simple shit. So
Wait.
I get off to the smell of you. Like I'll smell your drawers.
Yeah.
I'll smell your drawers while I'm beating off. Like I like. Yeah.
Okay, wait.
It's advertising. It's fine. Don't worry.
Yeah, my brother is working.
Oh!
Not advertising working.
Wait.
I'm gonna be quiet.
You gotta read the comments.
Oh.
Okay, so who's on Facebook? Read the comments for us. Daniel just said something.
I came on Facebook to look at some gospel video and this pops up.
Shut up, Daniel. Shut up.
Tell him.
Ain't no classes.
Okay, so before we move on to George and how often George masturbates, Brandon has.
Well, no, we'll ask George real quick because this is gonna be a different topic.
Okay.
We're gonna come back to
So
that.
George, how often do you pleasure yourself?
Probably once a day. And definitely like right before I go to sleep because it helps me sleep. And I've also noticed that if I beat off pretty consistently, it helps my stamina too. So when I actually do have sex, I go longer. Well, go ahead.
Now, okay.
That's true.
Now
That
that
brings us
I
on to the next
understand.
one.
That
So-
I understand.
Why are y'all? I don't even know how the wording is. Why do you produce more when you're self-pleasuring than when you're having sex with somebody else?
Because produce more what?
That's a good question. I didn't know what you meant by that either. I think we're just
Can I answer it?
Why are you
Is
shooting?
that question for
Oh, so
everybody?
why are you coming for it?
Oh,
I said, oh, you said that?
honestly, because
Oh.
there's the edging aspect. When I
Yes.
edge, I bust like maybe 3 to 5 times more. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so good. Was that your answer? Because I want to go into that.
That's fine.
Okay, so on the podcast we talk about edging. Wait a minute. What does that say? Which one of y'all on Facebook? What does that question say?
Okay, y'all.
It says I'm with that. Oh wait,
I'm with.
I love his answers, and then okay, y'all, some freaky masturbators. I love that. And then I'm with that anywhere between 10 to 30.
Okay, Jermaine, when you say you love his answers, which person? So this is Kaya. This is George. That's Manny. You know I'm Raven. This is Brandon. So when you say you love their answers, which person are you talking about?
And who's creepy?
Kenyatta say, yo, y'all some creepy masturbators. Not me. I come less than everybody on this panel. So I'm completely different from them. I just like somebody else having sex.
Less frequently.
Less frequently.
No, I was about to say because when you busted it, oh,
How do we? Wait a minute.
Well, everywhere. Sorry. This my best friend, but I mean, I'm just saying. You know.
Maybe I had a question.
How do you know?
Uh-oh, look at the
We don't know.
Right. They have a lot of comments, so we gotta make sure we read the comments. What does everything say?
George, I missed your last comment. Please repeat.
I don't know. What was the last thing you said?
Oh, I don't remember what I just said.
Right. Jermaine, you can always go to YouTube and look at the whole episode, and you can see it on there. Okay, what's the next comment after that?
Because you know how to
Because you know how to probably get yourself off, and yes, the edging is key.
Edging is life.
Edging is.
Okay, so because I am Captain Edge, so that leads me into the next question. Because when we were on the podcast, Brandon didn't even know that other people can edge you. So I was like, oh yes, Jesus. Like I've been getting edged by people since high school. So I'm like, yeah.
I like it done with somebody's feet.
Here we go. Demonstrate it again.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I like it done with somebody else's feet.
Are you?
And somebody's like, what is this between the elbow and the this part?
Somebody has edged you in between the crease of their arm.
That is hot. It has to be a lot of Vaseline or lube in there because you don't want too much friction because then your dick skin will start feeling back too much.
I have never heard of somebody being edged between the crease of their arm.
You gotta use your body. Your body's your temple. Your body is your temple. You gotta say. Yes.
Calm down.
Here's my foot.
Wait a minute.
But no, not edging. I have experienced that before.
Yeah.
And everybody, I don't edge. I can't edge.
Just like with.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
So Manny just said that he doesn't have time to edge. If you listen to the podcast, Brandon says the exact same thing. Brandon said he doesn't have time to edge. This is all about who you are. Because some of us love to edge, other people genuinely are like, I just want to get my rocks off and then go. So, for me, edging is everything. That is literally heaven. When I edge, my entire body feels sensitive. It's actually called orgasm control, if we're getting into the actual term of what it is. Orgasm control is the name. However, edging is most popular. When doing research for our episode on Sunday, I found out that it actually is also called surfing.
Yes, you did.
And it's called peaking.
Peaking. Yes.
I've never heard of
peaking.
Peaking, I can see being a term for that.
Surfing,
yeah, it doesn't fit the.
Like, what's okay? So George needs to understand that we can't have two people leave at the same time. Like George can't be on live anymore. Like
somebody said,
this is George's last live.
Can I read one of your comments? Well, it says, question: if you have a partner and they know that you jerk off a bit, does it cause a problem in your relationship?
Okay, now we actually talk about that on the podcast. So, all right, Brandon, because we got some more.
But why would it cause a problem? I don't understand that.
So, yeah, Brandon and I both talked about that. So, Brandon and I both don't understand why it would cause a problem. No, I understand why somebody would think it's a problem for them. Me, I don't care. Honestly, I'd be like, if I'm at work and you're doing it, text me and let me know you're doing it. That's hot. Like,
it is hot.
What?
Because that gives me mental stimulation and sexual stimulation for later.
Listen.
It makes me want to fuck you that much more. You know?
Listen, it makes me want to penetrate you that much more.
Oh, I'm sorry.
There's some people
I'm in the sense of. Now listen, David. That's what I can say.
Right.
I'm so sorry. I do need to sense my
that
words.
they're doing that though. If you're not there, they need to let you know.
They don't have to. No.
Exactly what I said. They don't have to, but
but
it's fun when they do.
Yeah. Thank you. When it happens sporadically and spontaneously.
Like it's sporadic.
I'm a stickler for spontaneity.
Yeah.
So that
As a matter of
alone
fact,
drives the sexual stimulation.
the only time I am spontaneous is in a relationship. I love everything. I love everything we planned out. So when I'm in a relationship, spontaneity is key. Spontaneity is key. Okay,
Yeah,
so we're gonna stop real quick because Brandon has to read all of the comments. We love that you guys are interacting with us. So you said you don't see any.
Somebody said I can't do quickies. I never feel
Get you some Albaline and you'll be good. Daniel, we were talking about Albaline earlier. So look at you. We were talking about Albaline. Here representing
That nigga got
Albaline. So and then you don't have those on yours?
No.
Daniel said I can't do quickies.
Yes.
I never feel fulfilled. Amen. That is me.
You get a high five.
I cannot do a quickie.
Yes.
I cannot do a quickie.
What's the difference with a quickie though? A quickie is sex or a quickie is
For me, a quickie is one where if you're, and this is just me, Daniel may not mean the same thing. For me, a quickie is I literally just need to bust and keep moving. For me, being okay, and again, like I said on the podcast, I'm about to sound vain. My dude is pretty. Like he's pretty. So I can't just beat him like he's nothing.
And by dude, he
Like-
means member.
I gotta you listen.
Somebody gotta see it.
This thing is
Share it.
gold right here.
Ooh.
So I'm like, when I'm doing my thing, I gotta take my time because you deserve this. That's why I can't beat off a lot. Beating off a lot is like just nothing. It's whatever. I'm just giving it
That's
up.
not true.
I'm like,
Well,
wait a minute.
You are right.
I might say it's different.
That's why you coming back.
Oh, my different strokes with different colors.
Different strokes for different folks. Listen. Because my stroke is long and deliberate.
I was about to get up. I was about to get
Oh,
up.
wait, okay, I
Was that libation or Scorpio talk?
That was what we
Scorpio.
All right.
Okay, so I got a question, you guys. Do you have a name for your dude?
Mine has been named for me.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you want to?
No.
Okay.
I won't be sharing my name.
I would say mine, but I don't know if it's
What are your dates he's watching?
no. I don't care. Bitch.
So what were you saying? Why don't you want to share it then?
You want me to say it?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
You share everything else. Go ahead.
I call it dead dick.
Wait a minute. D-A-T dick.
D-A-T.
It sounded like you said dead dick.
Oh,
I was like, wait a minute. It can't rise up.
No.
Wait.
Oh, no, not the way he's talking 30,000. Well, maybe
Hello?
so. 30,000.
That's why I said. He keep resuscitating.
Come on, Lazarus.
Yes,
Lazarus dick. That's Lazarus dick. Yes. You better rise.
Get up from down.
Just like that. Right.
Just like that.
Is that how I do, guys? Is that how I do? Yeah. We're just so deliberate. Legit.
And still, oh, man.
Okay, Brandon, you have the comments. If Brandon don't have the comments, we're reading what you guys are saying.
I'm going to turn the sound on because the kids are with me. It's Nicole said that.
Nicole watching? Hey, Nicole.
Hey,
Nicole.
Yeah, don't turn on the sound. Don't do that.
Okay.
She can't hear it because she had the sound on.
Right.
Oh, this-
Okay, whatever else.
Come on, long and deliberate. Put your earbuds in, Nicole. Somebody else said.
Mhm.
No. Before that, it's one. It says, but wait, what if your partner enjoys a high sex drive and wishes to get it in
I
often,
didn't say that.
but you jerk off in the what?
Wait a minute. Wait.
Wait a second. That's a few.
We need to do all these. Okay. Wow,
Wow,
I'm learning a great deal. That came from Jermaine. I got a whole bait kit, which is another combo. Come on, Daniel. Daniel said I have a whole bait kit.
Yes, man.
Come on, goals. But wait, what if your partner enjoys a high sex drive and wishes to get it in
Wait.
often, but you jerk off in the bathroom without him? Indeed.
Okay.
Indeed. That's
Now,
a very.
I've done a little bit of.
Are you guys listening? Did you hear that question?
What was the question
The
again?
question is, but wait, what if your partner enjoys a high sex drive and wishes to get it in often, but you jerk off in the bathroom without him? That's a very good question. Or her.
So I'm confused because both of y'all have a high sex drive, clearly.
I have a high sex drive. I don't need to beat off a lot.
No,
So
I'm saying, but if the partner has high sex drive, you have one too, clearly, because you're beating off in the restroom, so I don't talk to that.
I'm not beating off in the restroom. You getting
That's
this.
what the question was.
Right. So okay.
Like-
So my answer, I can't answer this because I ain't beating off in the bathroom. You getting all this.
My question
I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna wait and then I'm gonna get home and you're gonna get it.
Or I could beat off and then edge and then fuck you.
Why are we just having sex together?
Or fuck you in edge.
Well, they're not
and
just
beat off.
they're not having sex together because one person has a high sex drive, the other one doesn't, I guess.
That's not what the question was.
Well, okay, well, if they both do, then I don't know. I mean, this is okay. So for me, Brandon, so for me, my answer to him would be I have a high sex drive. If my partner has a high sex drive as well, there won't be any bathroom. At the very least, like Kaya said, we'll edge and then we'll go home to each other, and then that's when we'll give them the entire thing. You know, there's no need to actually climax. So, okay, come on, long and delivered. Put your earbuds in, Nicole. This is probably the first FB Live I've ever actually sat and watched and thoroughly entertained. Yes, Kaya, that right there, me too. Right. Do it with me all the time. Yeah. Listen. For real. I'm personally turned on if you send me a text telling me that you're doing it at home.
So you
better run home.
All the same lines, you like to masturbate with others?
No.
Well, that's hot too, though.
So okay, this gets into a whole nother conversation. I am not a bait buddy, so don't ever expect me to be one. I'm not sitting next to you and touching myself. You said what? Okay. So I want you to turn to the camera real quick. I'm never gonna be a bait buddy to you because you have this. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
As long as that exists, I never have a reason to be your bait buddy.
Right.
You know what? You nasty.
I was like, what are you talking about?
I know. I was like, what's he got?
You
a cleft chin?
Mouth.
His mouth.
He said put it on
I didn't even see.
He said put it on me.
Right.
Did George say I was his left chin?
I can't.
You have a mouth. As long as you have a mouth, I have no reason to be off next to you.
So again, if I just like a bait buddies party, like maybe like 6 or 7.
Can I bait in your mouth?
Oh, I'll circle jerk.
I disagree.
Can I suck in your mouth?
I disagree with that. I think it's just another level of.
Yeah,
I've done it before.
It can be hot.
And then, like, you know, everybody's legs be on each other's legs.
Right.
Yeah.
Contact and
Congratulations.
That's my favorite.
And because I get off to the fantasy of it. Just like I don't have to see you fully naked for me to envision. And it's like I get off to the idea of me undressing you with my eyes. So it's like, oh.
No, you're talking good.
All right.
Okay. You talking good.
Yeah. Like if somebody got on sweatpants and they free balling, like I like to see both ends of you, you know?
Yeah.
Shit.
Why are we the same person? You know?
What's funny?
No. We two here too. I can have more than one chin.
I mean, I guess it's kind of like for straight men. I guess it's like the equivalent of like a woman wearing a tank top with no bra. So, you know, you see her nipples underneath, and it's like moisture there, and it's like, you know.
We've clearly moved on to a whole other thing.
Oh.
Okay. So we were talking about masturbating together. Where did you go?
I have no idea.
I was about to say libations, but it's red cup. So we blame it on red cup.
No.
Okay.
Ain't that much.
Okay. You say ain't that much in that red cup. Okay, what did Daniel just say about that bait life? I can't.
Yes, Daniel.
I should have been there for this combo. Indeed, you should have.
Yes, you should have.
Indeed, you should have.
What did he say?
He should have been here. Police combo.
Yes, indeed.
Not too late.
I am. Oh.
Yes, it's not.
I am often aware that I'm in the minority when it comes to that, and that's okay. That's okay.
Again, it's different strokes for different folks.
And I enjoy my stroke being.
What you say, George?
He's never been swayed back here.
Or
You know my life.
your mouth
You know
giving
my
you
life.
your mouth giving you stroke,
Listen.
and it's best form.
And
So, since we're on the topic of masturbation, I'm trying to take the show away from you.
no, not at all.
Yes, it will.
Just make sure you talk about it over here.
Favorite porn star?
Ooh.
He don't
even know names.
But you know her.
Oh, he does. His favorite though.
You have a favorite?
This is his favorite.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you?
Yes.
Maybe.
Well, no, the second one not.
I thought it was your favorites.
No, they were literally his favorite.
The first one, yes. The second one is Cutler X.
Okay.
Cutler X is everything. to me.
You did say that when we had a conversation with a certain someone.
Yes.
I don't say any names.
Never seen Cutler?
But yes.
That person is phenomenal.
Okay.
It's not so
Okay, so Cutler X is mine for George.
I got two. So it would be Chino Black.
Y'all been talking, so listen to the other people talking, please. That's my favorite.
What's his favorite? Chino Black.
Chino Black. And then there was porn guy.
Oh my god.
Jake Steve.
No, we both like him, Raven. The guy with the big basketball ass. Light skin. Oh fuck. T Malone.
T Malone is everything.
Everything.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
T Malone is the best.
He got me from so many.
Oh, he used to wear just
Those are top.
Come on, top.
Go to the last
My two top favorites.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And Brandon?
It's my turn.
one.
On the top of my head,
Yeah, these comments.
Stacks and Bam Bam.
Okay.
Oh, I got so many.
Just give us a
My-
top three. Just a top three.
Yes.
My favorite verse is Virgo.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite top, I would have to say, is between Maximus and Buck,
Mhm.
Mr. Buck.
Yes.
And my favorite bottom is Ricardo Vaughn.
Okay.
I don't know.
Everybody's.
That's so damn dry.
Fun.
even with me not knowing names, I
Who do
can
you
go on.
enjoy? Just one day.
Right.
Favorite they go to. It's like, oh, this is an old.
A go-to, like a go-to video.
Yeah, like this is gonna get.
A video that will pop up in your mind.
You know somebody
that you would just get off to.
He think he gonna get away with something. Who you know personally? Who you enjoy watching their videos when they post it on Tumblr?
Oh, they know I can't tell you that.
Thanks.
Giovanni.
Thanks.
Okay.
Trying to make things different.
You just threw that shit out there. I saw you.
Okay, so we're gonna read some more comments. Brandon, what's the comments looking like?
Ron said y'all drunk.
Damn.
Y'all drunk or not? Or not?
Ron, you should be sitting here. How about that? Okay, so Brandon didn't see the other ones, so we're gonna go look at those real quick.
Somebody said no, not cut the X. Antonio.
Okay, so it said Kaya spelling previously said he will jerk off while you're asleep, or he'll go in the bathroom. My motto is every time he can get it up, it's my job to get it down. Praise him! Yes! Yes, God. Mhm. Yes. Yes, I want somebody who thinks like that every time.
I like,
Indeed.
I'm sorry, how do you pronounce his name? Equil.
Antonio Biaggi and Alejandro.
I like what Equil.
Do either one of y'all know who that is?
Yes, I know who Antonio. I know who all three of those are.
You know who those are?
Yeah.
Okay. Justin Slayer and Roderick
I don't know that person. I know Justin.
Rodrigo.
Rodrigo, I don't know who that is.
Wait, what's the question? The question is, you should have been in here earlier and you would have known. How about that?
Okay.
Don't be smart to your guests.
No, we know who Kennedy is. Kennedy done been here before. He's been literally right here last month.
He was in right on.
Yes, that was Kennedy.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, exactly. So we're gonna be smart to him because he should be here right now. Okay, so who has another question?
Wait, he still wants to.
No, we told him already. Oh, he's too late. We're moving on to the next one.
Oh, I was trying to be nice.
If you want to know what the question is, go to YouTube/Revolution LLC, and you can watch the full episode.
Manny has a question.
Manny, what's your question?
Where's the weirdest or the most risque place you've ever masturbated?
Raven and I won't answer this.
Yeah, we won't answer this. We talked about it on the
So
podcast.
go back and listen.
So
if
the
you haven't
first-
already.
Yes. So the first person is Kaya. Where is the most risque place you've ever masturbated?
At Drew Hill Park in Baltimore. There were like people outside, perverts, but there were people outside. Well, I'm sorry, I saw them as perverts
Oh, okay.
because they were watching me.
Masturbating in the park?
Listen! I was thinking that the whole time. I was like, weren't you masturbating in the bar?
I'm glad y'all caught it because I thought about it as I was
They
saying.
were perverts. I love it. I was so lost when we stepped up that we were involved in masturbating. Like, hey,
What is they
You're not
called?
supposed to watch
pervert.
I love it.
Well, they're perverts because you weren't attracted to them.
Ah!
Oh, wow.
Come on.
I was attracted to the idea that they were watching me.
You were attracted to them. Let's go back.
I don't remember them, honestly. I just remember.
I'm
they
sure
were-
you know, which means they weren't attracted to you.
Spoken like a true best friend. I'm sorry. But yeah, I was getting off to it and yeah, it was very stimulating. It was like right before sunset. It was hot. And then I met up with a guy and we had sex on top of my car.
Wait.
On top of the car?
Well, my hood. It wasn't on the top.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, it was hot. It was hot.
Damn. Oh, wait.
This was when I hit my BMW. So,
too far off from now.
It was like a year and a half ago.
My word.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say when you were like 19 or something. Oh, so there's someone walking in as we're recording the podcast. Okay. These things happen when things are live.
You're alive.
Ta-da! Okay. Here's the funny thing though. The person walking in, I asked to be on the podcast. They said they would actually be here. So I find it funny that they're showing up right now because they said they wouldn't be here. And they're so polite. They're going around so that they know. But wouldn't the funny thing be if they knocked the lights over?
Right.
Is it ever correct? That's a true professional right there.
Oh, thank you. Good.
You don't do the lighting. I forgot what we were talking about.
So Daniel said a family member's house and in the bathroom at one of my jobs in the past.
Come on, interaction. Come on,
And
Daniel.
then Ron just pointed upward, whatever.
Oh, so you did the same
Wait.
thing, Ron? Okay.
I'm reading comments here. Patterson Park is better. How could you jerk off in Drew Hill Park when there is a cemetery there?
There's a cemetery in Drew Hill
I
Park.
did not know that.
When did that happen?
I did not know. And
Ron said, oh
yeah,
wow.
Kennedy said, wow. Daniel put a big
Yes, love on
You
top.
know what? I can't.
Love on top, indeed. Yes.
So George,
I guess the weirdest place would be a bus terminal bathroom.
Oh.
But it was a mutual masturbation.
Wait, now was this Greyhound? Peter Pan?
This was just the Shitty Kitty, the city cat bus.
I can't.
So, yeah.
I love it.
I didn't have
Because
a
it was
car.
risque.
It was risque. I had to go to work. I gave someone the eye. They're like, you there?
Oh, it was a stranger.
Yeah, it
It was.
Yeah.
It was a stranger. Yes, go on. Go get off.
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
this was years ago.
Okay.
How many?
Wait, was this?
How many? No, this was years ago too.
That was North Carolina?
Yeah, this was-
That makes it even more risky. In Atlanta, I would expect
How
that.
many years ago?
But-
was this? Oh, a good 4. Yeah.
Oh.
I had a lot of hair. Which doesn't make any difference, but I'm saying. But
Oh.
yeah, it was 4 years ago.
I can't. Well, I can, but yes.
You did. Of course you can.
I did.
You did.
Okay, Manny.
Man, you can turn.
Several different places, and you know, it's just
What are those places?
I can't remember.
What stands out the most?
Motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
At work, and there was no bathroom involved. It was just out in the open in the back office.
Was it someone in charge? Was like a
Supervisor. Yeah. Managerial.
Manager.
Well, I was the
The
manager.
manager.
Yes.
You better,
I was the manager.
you better suck your subordinates.
Suck your subordinates. That's a hashtag. Hashtag suck your subordinates.
In golf, it is a league.
What is happening right now?
You making your Wait a minute. I need you to understand the eyebrow that I just raised to Kennedy. Kennedy gave me everything. Kennedy gave me everything.
Wait, he said I'm giving him.
The fact that he's not here.
Yeah, he should have been here.
Please read that. Kennedy just became my favorite person.
Hey, Robin.
Mall fitting room, driving 80 on 85 north.
Listen.
What?
Listen.
Yeah,
He wins.
Yes.
He wins.
Kennedy wins.
Yes, he does.
Everybody's car while the car's moving.
Listen. Oh, I've gotten hit from somebody while I was driving before.
I know that.
You never got that?
I have.
No.
It's the best feeling.
But it's
It's
hard
a
to
rush.
drive. It's hard to drive.
And now, yes, that was very risky.
It's not hard to drive if you're a good multitasker.
I mean, well, that's I'm here.
Jerked
Somebody jerked
off in the airport,
I love it.
in my seat. Wait a minute, in the seat in the plane? Please tell me if you mean in the seat in the plane. If so, you're my hero.
No. Jerked off in the airport in the seat waiting for the plane.
Oh, do it on the plane. That's the best.
You better do it in 30,000 feet. Or at 30,000.
Hey, Robin. Oh, Manny, I was really disappointed. I was. I need you to be on the plane. I need you to live your best life.
Yes, would be best life.
Hey, Robin. Okay. I seen it. I saw it. Do your duty.
Oh, wait, that's a long one.
I had a bait buddy that I would meet in his office at Stone Mountain Park in the middle of the day, indeed. Put the meeting in progress sign on the door and have a good old time for like 3 hours. He did it while on 2 separate conference calls in there too. Yes! Please do it during conference calls.
You better multitask.
Oh, there's nothing like multitasking sex.
Multitasking masturbating. Oh, wow.
Wait a minute, y'all commenting so much. Y'all commenting so much that it froze. Brandon, what is it saying on your phone?
Candy said, wait, it was masturbation in 80 on 85. I don't know how to pronounce his name. They said plane. No, I'm in the seat on my plane. So it's the same. Oh, see this plane.
My lord, there are so many comments coming in that it won't allow my.
You want to see this plane on the way to Australia?
All right,
Wow.
now
What happened?
Yes, you better hit down under.
Down under, come on.
Wait a minute.
Aussie dick.
Robinson, I was just about to say, disappointed. Daniel said, gotta get that nut and that money.
Kangaroo cock.
Did you say kangaroo cock?
It wasn't. I was thinking out loud.
Do you ever think for
What was the last thing?
guys?
Oh, it really froze.
Do you ever think for white guys?
I did.
Okay, so Manny hasn't gone over to YouTube in 8 years. What's happening on YouTube, Manny?
Nothing at all.
Are there really no comments, Manny?
Somebody said, "Gotta get that nut and that money." Meeting in progress.
No, I meant in my seat on the plane. Yes! You are my favorite human being.
Oh, he meant the seat.
Yes, he
Okay.
meant the seat on the plane.
My bad.
You better get out my face, Daniel. Talk about I'm masturbating right now.
Yes.
That's the real MVP. Yes, sir.
You better.
Okay, so we're going to make a quick shift. For those of you, listen, we've had a smooth hour of talking about masturbation, so you can go and watch the masturbation conversation. But we're going to shift. This is our longest live that we've done. But we're going to shift really quick to talk about the anniversary of THS Podcast. So the Healing Space Podcast started in September on September 22nd, 2017. So this coming Saturday, we'll be celebrating 1 year. All week we have been playing different episodes. New episodes have been airing
Okay.
all over social media platforms. Let's see if I can remember them all. On Sunday was Healing Through Masturbation. On Monday was the Homegrown Soul, a Homegrown Healing.
Homegrown here.
Right. On Tuesday, it's leaving. I think it's Libation.
Was it Healing Through Fashion?
No, it was Culture of Pop, our favorite shows. On Wednesday it was Healing Through Fashion, and today it was the anniversary edition of Black, Queer, and Unapologetic. So tomorrow is going to be Healing Through Anxiety, and on Saturday it's going to be the anniversary episode. So what I wanted to talk about right now is what all of us consider to be some of our favorite episodes on the Healing Space Podcast. Once again, Brandon and I won't answer because on the anniversary episode you get to hear us. So this is a test for these three to see the episodes they actually have listened to. So I know with each of them they've at least listened to one, so they can at least name off one episode that they've liked. George's ass is probably gonna say all the Black, Queer, and Apologetics. So we're gonna go around starting with Kaya and then end it George for what episodes have been your favorite on the Healing Space Podcast. We're gonna ask you more questions, so just answer that one specifically, and then we'll ask more questions.
Your favorite overall?
No. Like favorites. If you've had more than one that you've liked. If it's just one, then that's fine. But if you've had several, then you can.
It was.
Oh, wait a minute. And you guys, if you guys have had favorite episodes of the Healing Space Podcast, please talk about them inside of the chat conversation. If you've never listened to our podcast, please go to www.thspodcast.com and get to listen. Right now, we're up to what, 52 episodes? Yeah. 52 or 53. We're up to either 52 or 53 episodes. So get your listen on, and you'll enjoy.
I think I like count everyone, but I know I shouldn't.
Right. My bad. Okay, Kaya?
There were 3 that I actually liked. One was the masturbation.
Mm-hmm.
The second was the live that we did last time with everybody here.
Mhm.
I forget the name of that.
No, that's only THS Live. That's not the actual podcast.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what are the ones that you only listen to?
Yeah, that was one that you and Brandon did. It was based on. I'm sorry. It was based on people who lacked self-love and how it veered off into them having like mental health issues. I can't remember the exact name.
And John, we've done so many now that can
It was about a good.
I feel like that's
2
half an
months ago.
episode.
No, it was like 2 months ago. And you and I were speaking about it one night, and it like really resonated with me. So when I find it, I will let you know. Or we can sit through them.
Okay. Okay. So Mandy,
Of course, masturbation. Masturbation.
you better know your voice. I'm about to say, speak up, please. This deep, low ass voice.
And then I think it was one about body positivity or was it?
We had
Yeah,
episode about that.
that was one of my favorites as well.
Okay.
But definitely masturbation was the number one.
Oh, I didn't listen to it more because I think I only heard like 10 minutes of that.
Body positivity.
Yeah.
It was a good
It was a
episode.
good
Sometimes you gotta use 2 hands.
Oh,
Everybody in there.
wait a minute. Come on, 2 hands. It feels amazing.
Everybody in there. Everybody got enough.
I've done this with it.
Yeah.
Listen,
But I usually like
that's the ultimate orgasm when you're doing it with both hands.
Like what's that song?
What did you say?
What is it?
Turning fire.
backward.
I think you said churning the bird.
You can do that.
Churning the bird. Bird.
Bird the word. Bird the word. That's what a bird. Bird the word. That's what a bird. Don't you know about bird?
Oh, wait. Well, they know now.
They know.
Bird.
Oh.
Is that? Wait a minute. Did everybody tell?
Oh,
What's
so
your
is there going to be a slogan for this episode? That slogan was the different shows with different folks.
Okay, so George.
So I have 2. So and you know what? I don't remember the. I don't remember the brother's last name, but it was an actor that you had here named Tommy. Last name?
Tommy C.
Tommy C. That was one of my favorite episodes. I like hearing other actors talk about their experiences and their journeys. So that was really cool to hear what he had to say. And of course, my second favorite is the one with Don Ye.
Dawn, yeah. I said it. No, because you keep saying Dawn. Just Dawn.
Don Ye.
Dawn.
That's his accent. That's his accent.
Is that his accent that makes you do that?
Don't give him that.
Are we gonna give him that one? Okay.
That's Don Ye.
Because I practiced 5 times in the mirror before I keep moving.
Don Ye sounds like a real fancy drink.
Love.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, that was
What could
my
we do?
favorite episode.
Would you like some Dawn on the rocks?
Don Ye.
He said, "Oh, it could be Lou." Did you miss that part?
Oh, we don't talk about man.
Man, what y'all
Dawn could be Lou.
I put respect on Don Ye Love's name.
No, yes, I do too.
Okay,
I do too.
Here we go.
I do too.
We're gonna just say it's his accent because he's wearing me out.
Dawn
said
Ye.
Dawn.
Dawn.
Yeah, Dawn.
Don't
Okay, wait. I'm gonna solve this real quick. The girl who used to be in what was the group from Bad Boy?
Total?
The white girls and the black.
Then again,
Yes.
Yeah.
What is her name? The girl who was in
Dawn.
Then Became. Dawn.
Dawn. D-A-W-N.
Okay.
Dina
So
Shaw, Dina
say
Shaw.
his name again.
Don Ye. But it's spelled Dawn like the
D-O-N. Like Dawn. Damn it.
Yeah, you said Dawn.
If I say
That's
Dawn,
like-
Like, don't
You say Dawn every
I
time.
say like, yeah,
oh,
Dawn.
you had offended you.
Thank you.
I knew all I had to do was say her name and that was all. I'm not gonna keep doing this with you.
You better know that.
Don't
push through.
Okay, so
We got comments.
so Brandon, what are the comments?
Somebody asked me to come up.
Oh. Somebody made a nice comment. Okay. Thank you, Daniel.
You say what's so great?
Okay, did the plane and a bus seat? Praise God.
That's high.
They still talking about
That is
that?
No, because remember we didn't scroll.
Oh, we didn't scroll.
we just
Loving
scrolled.
those arms, Captain America. I'm guessing that means Kaya. Yes.
Who people advertising?
Okay, he said thank you.
My brother is working.
Okay, shoot your shot, Daniel. Right, tell him, Kennedy. Love Donye, right? Isn't he the best? I'm loving that grown-up Capri Sun rave. I can't.
Yes,
Shut your
bro,
ass.
Capri Sun. That's exactly what it is. And you gotta taste one. It's so fucking good.
It is almost gone, so I'm gonna stop
Oh.
because I'm feeling very good. Not just complaining. I'm playing it off very well.
I'm about to say playing. I don't like playing.
Okay, so the next question that I want to ask everybody And these slides smell. So my shoes might smell. My sock might smell.
You're gonna say
Okay, so for year 2 of the Healing Space podcast, what episodes would you all like for us to tackle? Because we've talked about a lot of different things. So we have a lot more things that we can discuss. So if you all had a specific topic that you'd like for us to talk about on the Healing Space, what would it be? So we're going to start this time, because the first time we started with what, Kaya? We're no way around. So we're going to start with Manny this time,
And then we're
and then we'll work our way around.
You know what I want y'all to talk about, or us to talk about, or whatever, however the situation is? Colorism.
Okay.
In the black community.
In the black, and you and I have talked about that. I know that it's something that means a lot to you.
Yeah. And so I think that would be really good.
Okay. Because you get a lot right here.
You knew.
You get a lot right
Every
here.
shade.
You get every shade right here. So yeah, that's very true. Okay, so colorism is a topic. Again, for those of you in the chat room, what would you like for us to talk about in year 2 of the Healing Space? What would you like for us to talk about in year 2? Okay, for Kaya.
I want to say different factors with gay relationships and how they could be like more long term, based versus like a whole bunch of quick this, what am I trying to
Hey,
say?
best friend.
Marriage and relationships in the LGBT community. Because I've heard people say certain things like lesbian couples last longer. Different people have different views, of course, but I think that would be something enriching to talk about.
Yeah.
And I've heard y'all talk about every.
We have. Okay.
I've heard y'all mention, like little snippets of things.
Right.
So we talked about 2 men, like how when they last for a long time, whatever, how it's like, 18 months, whatever, we get it like a really long time.
Right.
I think I remember y'all talking about that. I don't.
But you want us to have like a whole episode?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. That's what I should have.
Yeah. Okay, George.
I can't think of anything like off the top of my head, but just basically continue to have more LGBT, content creators and more entrepreneurs up there, like you guys have been doing, because I think that's really inspiring and representation matters. So I think just continue that trend.
Okay. So, Brandon, what comments are you able to say?
I was shot that note.
Okay.
Brandon said, "Hey y'all."
Oh, that's a nice one.
Healing faith-based hurt. Okay.
I like
Okay. Being trans, attract for same-gender loving men. Interesting topic.
That is a very interesting topic.
Interesting topic.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey, Dorian.
Hey, Dorian.
Dorian actually lives here. He doesn't live too far from us, actually. Yeah, Dorian is in Clayton County, I believe.
Okay.
Well, oh, I'm sorry. He says it. I'm about to say he says it online. So
Brandon.
Well, I said hi, best friend already. I don't know if that was the
I butchered your husband's name. I'm so sorry, Brandon.
Yes, well, Daniel, you already know that we're gonna have you on to talk about travel. So yeah, that's true stuff. He said, "Hey, back. Hey, Dorian." Okay, so we have colorism. We have going more in depth with queer relationships.
Yes.
Specifically with men.
Okay.
That's what you were saying, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then yours were kind of broad. Okay, content creators.
And just entrepreneurs.
Gotcha.
You guys have done, but it's always good to see that.
So do you want entrepreneurs, or I gotta put my own stuff out there? Well, the word that I made sure that, because I can't say I created it, somebody may have said it before me, but I put it on urbandictionary.com. So mine. Entrepreneur.
Oh.
So
You told me about that.
because other people use the term entrepreneur, I got it defined online.
Yeah.
I like it.
So,
I
You
love
told
that.
me about that. Yeah.
So would you like more entrepreneurs?
Absolutely.
Indeed.
More art scene
Listen.
and misfits.
Indeed.
Yes.
We had an episode dedicated to Misfits. Shout out to Stephanie Chapman and Christopher Gray. Indeed.
Have y'all ever discussed
Your face. I can't do it. What'd you say, Mandy?
Have y'all ever discussed how like somebody's fate affects their walk?
Well, that's actually what somebody just said in there. I think it was Daniel. One of the Daniels said that he would like for us to talk about that.
Oh, Daniel just said,
growing up as a church kid.
It was
kind of stuff.
Daniel Williams.
and then he said pros and cons of porn.
Pros and cons of porn, black gay porn. Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And
Colorism in black gay porn or racism in porn.
but you skip Brandon's.
Yeah, Brandon said, I'd love to, you guys listening? Brandon Nick said, I'd love to hear, experience different perspectives of healing, narrative-based stories of folks' journeys through healing, through whatever they were healing through.
That's interesting.
I feel like that's our whole damn show. I'd love to hear, experience different perspectives of healing, narrative-based stories of folks' journeys through. Okay, so the first part, yeah. Okay, I can get a better grasp of that. So for me, that looks like almost masterclass for us, which I would be up for. Brandon, I don't know how you feel, BHW.
Wow.
Brandon Nick, I don't know if this is where you were going, but you can let me know if you feel me on this. It would kind of be because we create series on the healing space. And like Black Queer and Unapologetic is a series that we created. In year 2, I could see us doing a series that we created kind of like masterclass. Brandon Nick was saying that he would want to have more episodes geared towards narratives of healing. I'd love to hear, experience different perspectives of healing, narrative-based stories of folks' journeys through healing.
Right.
So yes, okay, so we can talk about that. So that would be more like masterclass if we were to do that. So is that right for you? Okay, Marquis said, one thing I remember Raven saying in an earlier podcast was how he made it an ATL, and that was dope to me. As I was struggling to make it here, would love to hear a full podcast about transitioning. Come on! Listen, because the fact that I've not done a whole episode on that is some real. Thank you, Marquise. Seriously, I would love to do that episode.
You should.
Because this journey has not. Whoo!
We're gonna save it for
Season 2
And it could be about your other cities too that you lived
that I've lived in. Yeah.
That could be a good premiere episode.
Come on. For those of you who don't know, when this podcast first started, Jordan was teeming with ideas.
I was.
Yes, Lord. Listen. I was about to make him my damn.
That was it. I want t-shirts that say, listen.
It better say it just like that. With that.
Listen.
It better be its own emoji too, man.
Listen.
I never knew that I said listen so much until George brought it to my attention. Like, George was like, you say that all the time. I didn't realize.
Oh, that, come on.
I said, come
Come on. Yeah.
Indeed.
You better. That's how you know we close to you, kid.
T-shirts, coffee mugs, sweatshirts, and slides.
Did you say slides? Not slides that say
Yeah, I'll wear them.
INDEED.
Yes.
Hello.
So this is clearly the longest live we've ever had, so we're about to go. Healing for sex workers or in the sex.
Yeah,
She is perched.
you got a perch.
Alright, come on.
Healing for sex workers in the sex industry.
That's a good topic.
That is a good topic.
It is. Who we said that? Daniel Williams? Yes. He is on it.
Yeah, we have this.
Daniels.
We have quite a bit of discussions about that at my actual job. So yeah, I would enjoy doing an episode about that. How do you feel about that, BHW?
I love it.
Okay.
And thank you for saying sex workers.
Listen, I have anything to do with that.
I know.
Yes. Okay, so we are about to go. This is absolutely our longest episode we've ever done. I think this was like an hour and a half.
And we love every second.
Yes, and we love you guys for interacting. This might be the most interaction we have ever had on here. So that's pretty, like we get interaction, but I don't know if there was so many people. Like we've had people who have constantly kept responding, but it may be 2 out of like everybody who's in the room. So to get so many people who are commenting, it really means a lot to us.
Yes, thank you.
He says that live after party. Daniel Hall said that.
Is there a live after party?
You got
It could
Abilene. Where
be.
Abilene go?
Come
No,
on.
it's
Is it with
Abilene.
Abilene?
About to get started
Here we
right
go.
now. Come on.
Yeah.
So we're about to have a bait party.
Well, Ray gonna be.
Oh, I mean, if I can use somebody's throat, I will. But so we're about to go, and we appreciate you guys being on the podcast with us. You right. I like how you did that, bitch. I like how you did that. Okay, you did that. That was real cute. That was real cute. You did that real nice. You get props for that. You get props for that. He said,
We just got 2 joiners just from that last time.
I
see you.
I see you.
They see us.
I see you. We see each
So,
other.
okay, if you missed this episode, it will be on my page. However, you can also go to youtube.com/Revolution LLC to also see it. That's where I'm gonna be posting that video everywhere. I'm posting it on Twitter, on Instagram. Okay, so Brandon's gonna give you a quick rundown of if you want to find this podcast online, where you can find us. BHW, where can you find us?
You can go to thspodcast.com. If you want to listen to the podcast, you can go to Apple Podcasts, Google Play, SoundCloud, Stitcher, Overcast. You can go to Twitter, which is _THS Podcast. You can go to Instagram, it's THS Podcast. And of course, you can always go to thspodcast.com. You can find any and every episode there. Scorpio Yogi across all social media platforms. I am just call me Otis on Twitter, on Instagram. And you can find us. Hashtags are THS Podcast. A year of healing, and hashtag
Let's get healed.
There we go.
And in one take.
Listen, this is why he is everything. He got this man to a science, to a whole
Come
science.
on, promotion.
Listen,
Come on.
before we leave, we have some last comments that I'll read real quick.
Listen.
It's like a housewife.
Oh, when do I get invited? Well, okay, so here's the deal. For my Brandon, Nick, don't be mad at me because I'm kind of saying it publicly before I had a chance to tell you. But I'm coming up to see Nick's husband's play. And that's going to be on October 26th. Donye, Our Love, is going to have a play called Fireflies. And he has a specific night that's called the Black Queer in Here Night. I will be there for that night. This is coming towards the end of October. I shall be there in attendance. So I'm coming up to New York, Daniel. So there's a possibility that maybe you and I can record in New York.
There will be.
So let's have a conversation about that.
Offline.
Yes, offline.
Since you can't have that
We're not.
conversation.
I wasn't. So yes. So I will be coming up north to see everyone. So forgive me. I literally just bought the ticket yesterday. So for anyone who's like, you didn't tell me. I just bought it yesterday. So we have 2 more episodes that have to premiere. There is Healing Through Anxiety and the anniversary episode. So the anxiety episode is just me, and then the anniversary episode is both of us. So we're going to talk about what our favorite episodes were of the podcast. And this week, with the exception of our favorite TV shows, all the episodes have been pretty short. So I think at the most you may
That was
get
the
like,
longest one.
that was the longest one. He and I talked about our shows, and that was like a smooth hour and a half or something. But all the other episodes were around like maybe 30 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah. So they were pretty short. So you can knock those out. To be honest, it's not just the fact that it's our podcast. I have listened to some of those episodes 3-4 times over, literally back to back.
Right.
I enjoyed them that much. So the fact that you guys have enjoyed them as much really says a lot. Thank you to Manny and George for being on the episode that's on right now, the one that premiered today, which is Black Queer and Unapologetic. Thank you to Kaya, because Kaya actually had a whole episode with he and I that premiered earlier this year as well, where he talked about his reason for moving down here and the reason why he wanted to be in ATL in the first place. It's a really good conversation where he talks about love and relationships. Thank you to all of our guests who have been on this show. It means the world to us that you have been a part of our first year. Thank you to our sponsors who have been a part of this as well, including Libations, who continues to be a sponsor for THS Live. They have wonderful sponsors and videos and pics of us that are on YouTube, that are on Instagram. So go and check those out. They get really creative with their promotions for us. And the very last thing, and we're going to bid you all to do, what is it that we would like to see in year 2? So I'm kind of catching BHW off guard with this because I literally just thought about it off the top of my head. What would you like for us to do?
I have a list of things, but I don't want to share this yet. I'll go with you first.
So wait.
So stay tuned.
For me, I would like for us to travel, to be honest with you. In year 2, I would like for us to travel.
Coming to your city,
So, like,
bitch.
I would like for BHW and I to be in different cities doing the Healing Space podcast. That's 1. 2, I want us to start doing the live shows again. The Healing Space podcast, as Kaya knows, because Kaya was in attendance for some of our live shows. THS podcast started as a live town hall event. And I'd like for us to get back to doing that again.
Amazing. And I miss it.
Yeah, it was really, really awesome to be able to focus on bringing positive energy to a safe space where people were able to literally feel every emotion, to laugh, to cry, and to know that they were in a space where that information would not get out to the
They
world.
could be themselves without being judged.
And they really were.
Yes.
Like, it was the first event that I ever hosted where we had grown men crying openly without shame.
Yes.
It was the most beautiful thing I have ever witnessed, and I would love to bring that to Atlanta. So that's what I'm looking forward to in year 2, for us to do those 2 major things. And I look forward to you guys being able to see what Brandon has in store in his long list in year 2. So make sure that you look on my page for this full episode, and also go to youtube.com/Revolution LLC. Marquise, thank you for that idea for episodes, as well as everybody who on Facebook as well. We're going to take all those episodes into consideration, and honestly, I don't know why we wouldn't do all of them. I think they are all great ideas. So thank you to Kaya, thank you to Manny K. Soul, thank you to George Hill. His name is Kaya Jenkins. I really only use him like Monica and Prince. And like, I was like, okay, one name only. Kaya. Like,
Yeah, you keep it like that. I like it like that.
So clearly it was meant to be Monica because I meant to say Madonna.
I can't.
So it was meant to be Monica. I think Manny gave me some mixed energy. Because Monica was going to come out my mouth. So we're going to go. And we're going to thank you for healing with us. We love you all so much. You can keep talking in here because it's going to be on my page. So by all means, go to my page, hold a conversation. Go to YouTube and comment. We want to get a lot of attention on our YouTube page. Revolution LLC. Please go there.
Wait, Daniel's in my comment as well.
Child, we'll talk to him later. We love you all so much. We'll see you in year 2. And until then, namaste.
Listen to that part. That part.
Oh, it was still recording? Oh, I didn't mean to get it while it was recording.
George asked clearly don't.
George,
Yeah, he got
George
it.
does it all the time.
Child.
Hey, can I use yours too?
Yes, go ahead. That was awesome.
I'm gonna go home and get-
We're still live, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
We're still live on YouTube.
Oh my God. Hello, people.
We're gone now. We love you all so much, and we will see you later. Thank you for loving us. Thank you for sharing positive energy with us. So from myself, from Manny, and from Kaya, we'll talk to you later.
No, y'all.
Namaste.